Hey there, everybody. It's Realtor Tom, and I am down here at the podium finish, and I'm here with Danielle Anaya, and I'll give you a brief thought on why I'm here and why I'm talking to Danielle. So at the end of 2019, I did an evaluation of my business and all the financials to figure out what I can do in 2020 to make things a little bit better for me financially. Um, and I was able to save about $11,000 by making a few adjustments. So I thought about businesses and what we can be doing going into 2021, making assessments about our business and evaluation financially. What changes can we make? So I have Danielle Anaya here from Cornerstone Processing. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, Thomas.
Awesome, awesome. And so let's just jump right into it. So tell everybody what it is that you do at Cornerstone Processing.
Sure. So at Cornerstone Processing, we are a locally owned and operated company. We're essentially a brokerage, and our specialty is helping local businesses reduce or minimize their credit card processing fees, either by switching them to our services or negotiating with their current processor, as long as they're not using PayPal, Square, or Stripe. To reduce their processing expenses.
Interesting. So, what type of businesses are you actually able to service?
So we can pretty much take care of businesses across any industries, as long as they don't fall into the high risk category. So online firearm tobacco sales. What else? Credit repair are some of those high risk categories. Those with really high average ticket levels. Those generally tend to fall into high risk. Something like aircraft maintenance, for example, that would normally fall into high risk unless you structure their processing account correctly. Which we do have an aviation maintenance company as one of our clients. Which is really cool to be able to do. But we can help any business as long as they are processing over $3,000 a month, because below that price point, Square is going to be your best option. So if you are a work from home business that bake goodies on the side, or you have some sort of hobby that you want to make a little extra cash on, that would probably not be the best fit for our services. If you're a restaurant, a daycare, general contractors, doctor, dentist office, physical therapist, that is bringing in above that amount, then we can definitely help minimize that cost.
When you were saying that, it was just giving me ideas, and I'm thinking about people who are on my friends for social media and stuff like that, and that chiropractor's office, couple of restaurant owners, barbershop, things like that, and right. I'm just going, man, maybe it could help them out. And so that would fit that mold, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. For barbershops and salons and gyms, if all the money is going to the owner of that place, then yes. If the owner is renting out chairs, and
Okay.
each contractor is responsible for their own revenue, then maybe not so much.
Okay.
But if everything is going to a centralized location, then yes.
And for the barbershop situation, if they have like product, like a salon has a lot of product, that typically that purchase would go to the store owner, as opposed to just the renting out the chairs and things like that. But as long as they process over $3,000 a month,
Right.
if I understand that right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, and obviously it depends on the situation, but is there an average of savings that you typically find when you go and meet with somebody?
That's a really good question. So typically, your processing fees can cost anywhere from 3 to 6% of your revenues, depending on which processor you have. So within that range, we can shave it down usually to about one percentage point or more, depending on what kind of pricing that they want. If you want traditional processing where you're still absorbing the cost, we can save maybe an average of $20 to $200 a month in general. Of course, it depends on the size of the business and the amount they're processing.
Right, sure.
If you want cash discount pricing, which is really becoming popular, nowadays, especially that everyone's trying to really minimize their costs, cash discount allows you to incorporate the fees into the price of what you're offering. And the benefit to the merchant is that you pay a flat fee per month instead of a percentage of sales for every transaction.
Okay.
So you pay, an average of $50 a month for your processing. You might have to pay a rental of your or purchase of your terminal, but processing every month is going to cost you $50.
Right. Okay.
And
So you're able to plan out your finances. You know what it is. You can expect it,
Right.
and budget. Basically for that specific cost.
exactly.
That's nice. I think in the beginning they were doing a cappuccino or something like that. You touched on a percentage. You said typically 3% of a business's fees are processing, and you can save 1% possibly.
Well, we can save. Yes. So we can essentially reduce that by a third at least.
Wow, that's a ton. Especially if they're processing a bunch of transactions. So that's really cool.
Right.
Now what about in situations like you'd mentioned doctors, facilities, and things? What about when they're getting transactions that are paid by insurance companies and things like that? I have no idea what I'm talking about as far as that goes. So help me out.
It goes the same way. So we have a client that has a lot of that going on. So a lot of their insurance billing occurs in San Antonio. Actually, they're here, but what they requested was, it's called a virtual terminal. So it's a portal you log into on the website, and you can, as long as you have the authority with the login credentials, you can process a transaction from wherever you are. So their office in San Antonio handles the insurance billing. So they just log in from there. When the insurance calls them with the payment, they log in, enter the credit card information, and it's done. And so they have 2 locations here. Each location has a credit card terminal physically present there at the office for people walking in, paying their bills. And for the insurance billing, they use the virtual terminal.
What about somebody who's strictly an online business? What are you able to do for them?
So it's somewhat dependent on their web developer. If you have a DIY website with Squarespace or Wix or some of these other providers, it really limits your options in terms of what kind of payments you're able to integrate with. So usually you can only use PayPal, Square, or Stripe with those.
Okay.
However, if you are a larger business and you have your website custom done, then we can provide the processing to integrate into your web developer shopping cart. And so that really, really cuts down the cost that you would typically pay for processing for e-commerce.
And there's no, because you said San Antonio or Austin for the other. What about anybody out of state? Are you still able to handle? Because I have a lot of people who are military or transitioning military, or from international presence. So are you able to help them with their products and services?
We can do nationwide.
Okay.
So any business anywhere, they just have to have either some business structure, either operating under their social security number as a sole proprietor or an LLC, and they just send me their documents. We send them the equipment they need, and they're good to go.
Wow.
The only thing that they would not have quite as much as our local clients is, of course, 24-hour in-person tech support if they were to need that.
Right.
So normally if one of my clients calls me, I'm there within an hour or two
Okay.
to troubleshoot the problem. And of course that wouldn't be possible out of state.
Sure.
But the providers we work with, they have great customer service that are available 24/7, and I've had to call their helpline myself a few times, and they're extremely helpful. And they'll stay on the line with you till they have your issue resolved. So
Very
it's
cool.
really helpful.
Now, I want to give you an opportunity to, if you want to say any last bits that could be helpful to any of the business owners out there, and then how can they get in touch with you?
Okay. So I know that merchant services typically is everyone's least favorite thing to think about. If you have ever owned a business or if you currently own a business, you probably know how much of a pain it can be. You may have been taken advantage of by a company before, or realize, hey, I'm not being charged what they initially said they were going to charge me, or not. They're not holding up their end of the deal, and it's pretty common in this industry. And so there is a great deal of mistrust. But if you're looking for alternatives and really want an honest opinion, I'll give you that. And no strings attached. I present you the information. If you like it, great. If not, that's fine. I try to be as objective as possible, give you the data, and let my clients or prospective clients make the decision that they feel is best for their business. For more information, I'm available by phone or for.
Super busy. Does she need anything to eat?
Oh, she did order.
Thank you. So you can find me on my Facebook page, Cornerstone Processing LLC, or by phone or by email. And I guess I can put that in the comments, or
I'll go back through and put the comments up. So really, if you're looking to make some adjustments in going into 2021 for your business, it's going to save you money. You really owe it to get in touch and just get the information. Start with education, get the information. If it's right for you, then you give the thumbs up and you go with Danielle for sure. That's the best way. And if you're looking for some great breakfast tacos, come down to Podium Finish. So, all right, that's all I got from here. Danielle, thank you so much, and I appreciate all the information.
of course, thank you.
All right. We'll see you guys later.